What the f is this? What the f is this? Yep, I'm gonna have nightmares of this guy. I'm gonna be taking the character design from my last video and use it to create a 3D model of Aaron Phoenix, the first character of the fighting game. So you better say goodbye to Zero pretty soon. I want to create this character as soon as possible, so I give myself 30 days to get this done. My tool of choice is Blender, and before I can do anything in Blender, I need to learn how to use it. Since I just wanted to learn Blender to create the characters of my fighting game, I'm only going to be following 2 tutorial playlists. The famous Donut tutorial series to teach me the basics of Blender, and the hidden gem that I found called Modeling for Animation to create the first character. And on day 1, I obviously began with the donut. And on day 1, I obviously began with the Donut tutorial series. I have pretty much zero experience in Blender, and the Donut tutorial series was here to teach me the basics of Blender and what it's capable of. And also, so I can make a 3D donut. Look at it. Look!
Nice job, team.
While following the tutorial, the donut took me about 5 days to create. And after the donut tutorial, the guy encouraged me to create something by myself, without a tutorial. And I made this ice cream, literally the day after I finished the donut. Yeah, it's not the best, but hey, it's good enough for me. Some of the things taught in this tutorial series I still have no clue how to use by myself, like geometry nodes, which I used to make the sprinkles on the donut. I was also able to create this Captain America shield, and I really like how I rendered this. So good. And I also wanted to create this business shark. He looks kinda cute. But yeah, I didn't get far with that. All of that took me about 2 days, just see what I can do by myself. Then I jumped to the character modeling tutorials. I watched all of these tutorials by just skipping ahead in the videos. There was this one part that I thought would be really hard for me, but I was able to get a shortcut.
I have plans that I cannot share with you right now because the haters will sabotage me.
And besides that, I thought to myself, yeah, I can do that. This was already day 8, and I started modeling the character from a box. I hadn't begun drawing Aaron yet, so I used this cool picture I found online, just to get the correct shape of the body. But Anderson, why didn't you draw Aaron first, then model him? Hold your horses, I'll explain soon. Modeling this character from scratch wasn't really that hard, plus the guy really helped me out a lot. The guy would often give me solutions to the problems I'm having before I even went to the comments section. I mean, that's good quality work, right? Modeling this character from scratch took me about 12 days. Yeah, I know it's a long time. I was learning the thing, okay? Give me a break. I wasn't putting in that much work anymore. I was getting lazy. In the middle of this character creation process, I was supposed to do something really challenging, which was sculpting. Sculpting the head specifically. And if you know anything about 3D modeling, you know that sculpting is one of the hardest things about it. And also texturing. And also UV unwrapping. And also normal maps. And also, okay, you get the point. It's still hard, but I was able to achieve what I like to call a MacGyver move. Blender already had these free 3D characters you can use, and I managed to borrow this pretty lady's head, and I simply attached it to my model, creating some sort of homunculus I like to call Buff Lady. You're probably still wondering why I started modeling this before I drew Aaron. Well, my friends, that's because this genius was able to create this model in a way that can be repurposed to create new characters, without needing to change much. In his videos, he was creating this pretty girl, and with the same exact model, he was able to turn her into this boss man. He only changed the model's structure around the chest area. And that was it. It's literally the same model, he didn't change much. And around this time, I had already finished drawing Aaron and I was ready to model him using Buff Lady. But then, I stumbled upon this video showcasing these new and free character models from Reallusion. And I gotta say, these models were really good. Complete with UV unwrapping, texturing, and rigging, and everything else you might have in mind. They even had this thing called shape keys that basically allows you to create preset animations like raising an eyebrow, closing your eyes, and closing your hands. Yeah, they didn't make that one. I gotta be honest, I was kinda sad that I had to give up Buff Lady, but it is what it is. I started playing around by posing the model, and I was I was having too much fun with this. There were a few problems here and there, but they were fixable. One of the problems was this one, where when you move the head, this part of the leg also moves. I knew where the problem was, but I didn't know how to fix it. Why do I feel like I've said that before? While making sure everything was working correctly, I found myself having a little too much fun again. Look, he wants to shake your hand. But okay, on the next day, I started modeling him. And it did not start well. What the f*** is this? What the f*** is this? Yep, I'm gonna have nightmares of this guy. Since I followed that guy's tutorial on how to convert a character, I already knew what I had to do. I gave it a bit more time and trusted the process. Yes, this took a very long time and was pretty difficult, but I think it's looking much better. Eventually, I needed to adjust the eyes, but I couldn't just fit them in because of the shape of his head. And I started thinking that maybe I can't do this. Maybe it's hard after all. But nah. I proceeded to adjust the shape of his head to fit the eyeballs inside. And it's looking pretty good. Then it was time to reattach his other body parts, like his ears and the inside of his mouth. Also adjust the skin color, and a bunch of other small stuff I forgot. Last stretch. We're almost done. Hang in there, camera, hang in there. The camera is low battery. I need to finish this. We got this. We're gonna make this video. Don't die on me. Okay, there was a lot of adjusting, a lot of sculpting, but in the end, I was able to get this. Yes, he's still naked, but we're going to play dress up in the next video. One thing that was really stressing me out about making this character were these holes that kept showing up on his face. I had no clue how to fix this. I thought there was something wrong with the model itself, but the solution was actually really simple. I just had to go all the way up here, click on this thing, and then this thing right here. And there you go, he's fixed! Yay! Woo! And that, my friends, is how I learned to model in 30 days. This just shows you that nothing is impossible. People have been saying that drawing and modeling is very hard. And yes, it is, but I was able to do it. To a decent level at least. But anyway, make sure to follow me on Twitter at TechProgram and make sure to leave a like down below. Because, come on. And I also have a Discord server. Did you know that? And if you're still here, make sure to grab your choco milk from another dimension and get to watching my last video where I modeled Aaron Phoenix. And as always, stay awesome. Fucking time.